All right, now we're joined by head coach Latricia Trammell. Do we have any questions in the room, Rob? Okay, we'll go straight over to Zoom. Peter, start us off.
Hey, Coach. We just talked with a walk. We briefly obviously talked about her on Tuesday, but just looking back at the film, how impactful were her minutes in that game?
Very impactful. I mean, she was the X factor in that game. And she really had a incredible practice, even dunked it in practice on a breakaway. But yeah, she's playing with tons of confidence right now. And anyone knows going into playoffs and in any series, your bench is going to be huge. And so to see her playing the way that she is going to help us greatly.
Yeah, and speaking on that bench, game one, it was Odyssey, game two, a walk. You know, how important is it for this team going forward to continue to have those performances from, outside of the big four, if you want to call them that?
Yeah, it goes back to Peter, what I just said. A lot of, when you go in the deep, a lot of times, two ways to look at it. Some coaches shorten their bench and play predominantly starters when you hit the series, I think a little differently, and so these players are performing at a high level. You think of Veronica and the little things that make the big things happen that she does while she's on the court. Maddie, when she comes in, is consistent. So yeah, this is KB Kalani. I mean, one of the best post players in my opinion in the league. And so yeah, it's great to have that strong of a bench that has bought in, that has stayed consistent, kept their value up, and stayed ready when their name was called.
Yeah, I mean, that's something a walk just mentioned too, sort of that staying ready, buying in, and also supporting the others when they get their moments,
Yeah,
how is
and vice versa, because I saw the other night when I was rewatching the game as well, when the starters came out and I had predominantly the bench in the game, they were standing up with towels and extremely excited when something great happened. So that's just great team chemistry.
it? And how crucial is that, especially after a long season, a long summer, to just be able to keep that high morale with a big series coming up?
Yeah, not every team can do it. That's why I'm so blessed and honored to be the head coach of this team, because they have stayed ready. They're enjoying this journey that we're on, first time in franchise history. So they're history makers, and so they're reaping the rewards of that. And so they're excited to get going on Sunday and seeing what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you,
Thank you, Peter. Now we'll go to Ari.
Hey, Coach.
Harry.
Yeah, what do you believe it's going to take to win the series against the Aces?
Yeah, I think, for us is continue to do what we do, play to our strengths, and that's point paint, second chance opportunities, rebounding. We know that we can't allow them to, I should say, defensive transition is going to be big. We know how good they are. We have beat them once, played close in another game. And so I think we match up pretty well. So it's going to be a good game, but we've got to execute and keep our turnovers low.
Yeah, I see that you guys are pretty evenly matched in pace per play. What can the team do to slow them down?
Well, you're going to have to tune in and watch, because that's some of the adjustments that we're going to be making to hopefully do that defensively.
Okay.
With a few adjustments.
What do you believe are some of the advantages the team has over the Aces?
Probably our inside out game, just our length that we have. Even you mentioned pace, I think is going to be extremely important, but I think just our length and our depth.
Okay. And the team was 10th in defending the three this season, while Vegas is second in shooting it. What are some things that you guys have been working on to help improve that?
Well, if you saw several of our games that we played against high percentage threes, we've done a really good job of that as of late. And so, again, that was, early on, but here recently we've done a really good job of that.
Okay. And I know you watch a lot of film. What are some other things that you prepare mentally? How do you prepare mentally for these matchups?
I think it's just enjoying the journey, right? And not getting too high on the highs and too low on the lows. Because again, we can't, we're anxious enough to go in and be able to compete in a big game like this. And so I think if we just stay true to who we are and do what we do, and continue to stay positive, we're going to have a great chance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Coach.